as we take nutrition, so motivation has become like a nutrition in our daily life. Without it, it feels like that we can't even breathe. It's a reality of this world. And I'm not just making up these things. So you can see there is a lot going on around our world. People are talking about differently. People are like, they want someone to tell them you can do the particular thing. As of they don't even know that they can do something. It has become the reality of our world. It has become daily dose of our life. Without this, as I said, we can't even breathe. For every single thing, we need to have that motivation. And when we are talking about the particular motivation, for this we need external sources to tell us that we can do a particular thing. And for that, does not matter whatever hard thing is, we need motivation. Every single person in their career, in their daily life, whatever they are going through, what kind of struggle they are facing in life, but they need external person to tell them, yeah, you can do that, the particular thing. It is called a motivation. And when we are talking about motivation, well, motivation can be generated internally as well, and it can be generated externally. But as we are seeing that today's world, internal motivation has become very rare thing. People are just expecting motivation from outside. They want someone to tell that, yeah, you can do that particular thing. And but if you'll ask these things, so why even motivation important? Well, today people are indulged in very different kinds of career or job things, right? So when some persons are doing few things or a kind of job which they are not interested into, neither they want to do that, but they have to do due to their financial condition or due to live an optimal life in our society. When these things are, so people need, definitely it's a very natural that they need motivation to do that particular thing, because that's not natural to them, that they are forced to do that particular thing. And when you are forced to do a particular thing, so you need some motivation from either inside or outside. As internal motivation is not possible because you are not interested in that particular thing. So you need to resort the external motivation. And the external motivation, which is one of the has become very generic in today's sense. Every single person wants to motivate. They just start distributing. There are motivational gurus, and those gurus just want to motivate others, or definitely for their financial gain or to gain some income from that, because it has become a disease. People just need something called a motivation as a pill to do a particular thing, which is very painful situation of our society. So when we are talking about this particular motivation, I'm not saying that all kind of motivation is bad or you don't need motivation at all. Well, when you are doing some particular job as a career you are selecting, so if you are doing something with your own choice, first of all, it's very hard to become demotivated over there. But still, sometimes you feel low, either due to some probably your current lifestyle, what's going on, probably the way how you consume food, because many things affect the way how we live. But if somehow we are unable to give our best to do the particular job or the particular task, even if we are motivated in that or even we are interested in that, so but sometimes when we feel low, so that time we need external motivation, because we are internally motivated to do that, but due to some reason or probably our current environment around us or surrounding us is not supportive. So we need some external source of motivation to do that particular thing. Well, I'm totally supportive of this kind of motivation. But when motivation you need just to push a particular job which you don't like, neither you have any interest nor you have any choice to do that particular thing, but you are forced to do due to some financial condition or something like this, right? And due to living a basic life. Well, when we are talking about, so these are two different situations. Over here you are totally motivated, you are not totally motivated. Sometimes you might feel low due to the condition, but you are too much interested into and you want to do that's your career or your choice. But on the other side, you need motivation to push you toward a particular thing, to do what you don't want to do, what is you are meant to do that particular thing, right? So when we compare these two motivation, over here it might be a natural requirement, it might be okay, that's a required, but over here it has become like a medicine, or I shall say addiction now, because you don't want to do that, but you still are doing that, and you seek some external motivation to do that particular job or the particular task. And the external motivation is like a pill. what you have to take every day to become a productive or to become functioning in that particular thing, right? And when we see these things, well, first of all, as I said, it's a very natural. If you are interested into a particular job, you don't need motivation in that. But if you are not interested in a particular job, you definitely need motivation. Internal motivation is not possible over here, so you only need external motivation. But over here, you can be internally motivated due to some reason. I'm saying some reason you are unable to push yourself. You are unable to. You are not feeling well to do that particular thing. But that time you need motivation, right? And that time, if motivation is given, so that's like very beautiful thing. That's like one of the most required thing that time. And for this, our motivation shall be the main purpose of motivation supposed to be like this. But it's not happening in today's society. So am I saying the motivation is bad thing, or it's like a wrong thing? You don't need that motivation. Well, I'm not against any motivational sources or motivational gurus. You need motivation because everything is important in our human life. If you know how to use that particular thing, so it's a very best thing. One of the best thing, I shall say, motivation. Because when you want to do something, when you are interested into something, and due to some reason, probably as I said already, you are unable to do, so that time you need some motivation. If that's a given, so that works like magic. And the magical pill supposed to be like magical pill for that particular condition, not a daily dose. Because daily dose, if you take, so definitely it will harm you in long term. Because you can't push yourself for a lifetime like this, right? Because today you are pushing yourself, probably you are young or you are able to do that particular thing. But what's the guarantee like after 10 years, after 20 years, you are able to do the same thing? It would be very hard to push, right? Because as you age, so your ability to do that particular thing becomes quite less. It reduces with age, or as it will be able, you will be able to do less that time. So definitely motivation won't support you for lifetime, right? It won't be able to push you at that time, at that peak of your age. So you have to understand these things, right? So I will suggest, rather than going for motivation, or rather than having or expecting some external motivation to do a particular thing, you shall do something what you are interested into. And if you do that, I can assure you, I can guarantee you that you, first of all, you will not need motivation from external sources. If you still need, that would be like medicine, a magical medicine for you, a magical pill for you that time. So motivation is also like a pill, and all pill shall be used then only when you are suffering through a particular thing, a particular problem. Well, if you take all shorter pill, whatever are available on market, in market, so if you take them like a regular basis or in generic basis, so definitely it's going to harm in long term. You have to be little mindful of that. Even though all motivational speaker, because I am motivating you to do a particular thing, but there is no guarantee, because neither I know what you are, who you are, what you do. I'm just telling you can do it. Yes, you can do it, but do I even know that what you can do? Because I don't know, right, what you can do. It's you who has to do that, who have to do that, right? I'm just standing over here. I'm just targeting finger at you and telling that you can do it. But do I even know that who you are? I have no idea who you are, right? But how you are taking that as external motivation? Well, someone is saying to a crowd, a mob, and you are just listening and taking that seriously and living your life as per that. Well, it will become very hard for long term. I shall say this much only. Select something what you are interested into, and give a chance to that particular career or the particular choice or the particular interest.